Okay, welcome to another Miracle Monday. Hi.
Is this hi to
So
me?
that's hi to you and anybody who's listening. As you know, Miracle Monday is really just Mom and I sharing the conversations that we have all the time. We typically tend to start them before we even hit record. It's just part of our relationship is having these really beautiful conversations. I know you have them with Brad as well, and sometimes we have the three of us on. But it's really taking the conversations that we have in real life all the time and sharing them with other people in case in some way it can inspire them or help them with whatever they might be navigating in life. So, welcome. Okay, so let's get down to it, which is, and we never know what we're going to talk about, just so who everybody listens. We have nothing planned. We literally have a conversation on the fly. So some podcasts are nice and organized and structured with, prepared questions and whatever. This is a conversation. So we were talking before we hopped on about, um, I think Brad asked, how is everyone doing today? And my answer was strong and then not, and then strong and then not, and then strong and then not. LOL. And then you said, you're kind of going like feeling the same. And and then we actually contemplated, do we want to hop on and record today if we're both feeling strong and then not, and then strong and then not? And I said, heck yeah, this is like the one thing, one of the things that brings me joy. So, like, in amongst feeling great and great and not, I want this time with you. So, let's talk about, like, even when I say feeling strong and not, what does that mean to you? Or, like, you know, I have my own thoughts on it, but yeah. Do you have anything like, yeah, go.
Well, maybe it should be, what are your thoughts on it? And then the conversation around your thoughts on it.
Well, so my immediate thoughts when I think about that is, and I think I said this in the chat with Brad, was like, I'm super grateful, at least like I'm super grateful that I'm not staying in the knot,
Yes.
that I actually am going back and forth between strong and not, because sometimes, sometimes people or we can get caught in the not feeling strong. So to me, even though ideally we would feel like strong and amazing and vibrant and happy and resourceful all the time, the truth is that most people don't. And and so for me, it's like, what are the things that I'm doing or that you do? And I think it's probably the same to like move from. It's kind of the same conversation we have all the time about needing to have the deep desire to be happy. And if you have the deep desire to be happy, then when you don't, you don't want to stay that way. So then you do something to shift how you're feeling, to be more resourceful. It's that dance. And I guess my answer of strong and not is me living that dance in real time right now based on, the things that I'm navigating in my life. And so those are my thoughts.
Well, even your willingness to do this, like going through what you're going through, pulling yourself out of that situation to do this.
Is a choice.
Pardon?
It's a choice.
And then you go back. It's not that we ignore what's going on, it's like it's taking care of what you can take care of, but looking for solution. I think that's maybe something like, is looking for solution while you're in it, like somehow looking for a solution. So never mind, the being positive and all those things. It's like, okay, what do I need to do? So in the last little while, so for me, it's like I'm grateful for all that the medical profession is doing. And I feel like I've got to take charge myself now. So it's supported me, and I'm not going to stop it. But I'm at a state where I feel now, okay, what can I do? What can I do to support all of that? So
Yeah.
beginning to look for this and look, it's interesting again. I mean, I did a meditation Um, One of the meditations that I have is about a project. So when you do a project, and then it calls in, who can come forward that can help me with this
Mm.
project.
Yeah.
So the project that I chose at one point was healing my body, more than once, obviously, but
Can you send me that meditation, by the way?
yep.
Or tell me which one it is if I have it? Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah,
I have
and
a
it's really
project.
good. So, so I mean, I listened to it, thinking about writing a book because everybody tells me I should write a book, but I couldn't really make that connection. Anyways, I did it for healing my body. And just recently, somebody that, I've known started out as a student and then became a friend and like is back in my life kind of connecting. She ended up sharing something with me about raising energy and this product that she has and all of that. And I realized, and then from that, we ended up buying that machine that I can't wait till you get to use. Um, but with that, it was like, acknowledging all of a sudden yesterday I was like, I asked for people to
Yeah.
come along and support. Who do I need? What do I need to know that will allow me to start taking action alongside of? So I think even that
Yeah.
acknowledgement, like
Yeah.
she came to me because I asked for what can I do? Who can you bring to me that will support my healing and those kinds of things? Now, some people might think, that's crazy,
Yeah.
but why not acknowledge that I asked for it and she came forward
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
blue with
Yeah.
this product
Yeah.
that, you know,
And because that feels good. So acknowledging that feels good because it makes you feel like you have some, like, whether it's control or say or ability to be in the driver's seat versus feeling helpless. Whether that is true or not, I believe it is. But even if it wasn't, who cares? It makes you feel good. And that's what we're striving for is like, how can we feel good?
yeah. And acknowledging, like really
Yeah.
acknowledging that she was a gift that came
Yeah.
forward with this. Now, I didn't do what she suggested, but it led us to something else where Uva did a bunch of research and so on. But to really acknowledge the gift and then to be able to backtrack it, to feel like, I asked for this and here
That's
it
right.
is, right?
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it does feel good. Whether it's true or not really is irrelevant. If I
Yeah.
feel like that, then I'm going to be more likely to get back, listening to that again, which I do
Yeah.
listen to it a fair amount. But it was just really even kind of fun to think, hey,
It works.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I
So,
love, and so when you say that again, it's like all these different little choices that we make in order to, well, I don't even know in order to what, but it's like, I woke up this morning and it's funny, I haven't been drawn to meditate, which as you know is like part of my morning practice all the time. And I just don't even feel like doing it right now. And I
yeah,
don't do it right now
yeah,
because I don't feel
yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Um, but I did decide to get back into my chair, my pink chair this morning and to read, some of the captions from that book that I'm reading. And and then I just not journal, I guess journaled because I picked up my journal, but decided to write down in the morning this morning. And I kind of thought I'll do it each morning, but we'll see what I feel like doing tomorrow. But like, how do I want to feel today? What am I going to do to ensure that I have moments where I feel that way today? Just to be intentional with, I chose that song that's kind of like going to be my little theme song. And I, on my walk this morning, I probably listened to it 5 times, and just making different little choices, whatever it is, whether it's sitting in your meditation chair, whether it's acknowledging, whether it's meditating, whether it's acknowledging, whether it's choosing a theme song. Like, you and I are always doing things to proactively have a good or better or what different experience if we're not experiencing life the way we want to.
And so what came to me when you're saying all of that too is it's not that we ignore these
Hmm.
things that aren't working in our life. It's like we don't ignore them. I can't ignore what's going on.
Yeah, nor can I.
And
No.
but I'm looking, I mean, even though it's probably such a waste of time, I'm recording my energy, at this time of the month, or when I'm on these pills, or when I'm, like I'm doing something
Yeah.
actively to, and it doesn't give me anything. Like if I'm really, really honest, I've got all these numbers and all these things, but they aren't doing anything other than at least I feel like I'm looking for, okay, is it when I do this that this causes this? Or is it so I'm not looking to stay there. I'm looking for, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I don't have to
Well,
say
I think
more.
what it is, I think what it is it's like we can feel there's so much in our life that we can't control. Like there are things that happen that we can't control outside of us. I mean, we know this, we say this all the time, but there's things that we can't control. Right now, I mean, on one hand, it's like I hesitate to say that because it's like on one hand, well, maybe, I don't want to let go of again the possibility of miracles
Yeah,
happening and that we
yeah.
can control. But for the purposes of this conversation, it's like there's so much that we can't control. I can't control the situation that I'm in right now. You can't control your health situation in this moment. And so, what can we control? Like you doing that and noting, how you're feeling at different times or whatever. It gives you a sense of control of something. It gives you a sense of being an active player in your life versus just like sitting back helplessly, hoping that everything the doctors are doing is going to be the answer. Like it gives you you're taking some leadership, some because control is not the right word, but you're taking something of
Mhm.
your life. Me doing the things that I'm doing doesn't change all the things, but it is taking like ownership of the pieces that I can, which is like my inner world to the best of my ability.
And you're moving yourself through this situation.
Yeah.
You're
And
moving through.
you are moving through too. So
Yeah.
and that's the thing, I guess. That's really what this conversation is like, how do we move through these things? Because these things are going to happen in our lives. The people that are listening, you know, they're not going to necessarily face the challenge that I'm facing right now. Hopefully they're not facing the challenge that you're facing right now, but they're going to have a challenge of their own. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
they just are, whether they are right now or they just came out of it or they're about to enter into it. Like, everybody, it's not because you did something wrong. It's not because, you know, it's just what I think life is. And so, how do we move through these things?
I think you also just made a really important comment about it's not that we did something wrong.
Yeah.
So I think, again, people have different strategies, and a lot of people that teach, personal growth have you look at what did you do?
Why did you do
Why did you
it?
do that? Instead of looking at, okay, so this happened. What do I want to do differently? What do I want to do to get the result that I want? And again, I know this isn't about, you know, the processes we teach, but really,
No, but it kind of is because the processes that we teach is what you and I do in
well,
our
yes,
real life.
and that's what I was thinking, like that process that we share with everybody, executives, personal, private, whatever it is, it's like you have an outcome. What do you want?
Mhm.
Then you take action. Then you analyze, is it working? What I'm doing, is it getting me what I want? If the answer is yes, then yay, keep going. If the answer is no, then stop, go back to the top, and remember what your purpose is, what your outcome is, and now take a different action and then
Yeah.
analyze that action and so on. It's
Yeah.
like it's a cycle,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure that people are taught that. They get stuck in, oh my God, this didn't work.
Yeah. And I think that people get stuck in again, like I could go back and I mean, I've had little moments of going back to like, how could I have gotten myself into this mess?
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Oh,
Um,
yeah.
right? But it's like that doesn't serve me figuring out how I'm going to get myself out of this mess and figuring out how I'm going to you know, like do it differently next time to hopefully potentially not end up in the same mess again. Like those things are productive. But to sit and beat myself up that I got myself into this mess, all that does is have me feel defeated, you know, down on myself, discouraged, horrible, sad, sorry for myself, angry with myself, disappointed, like all the things. And if I'm feeling all of those things, I can't be resourceful to come up with solutions, to figure out what my next move is, all of those things. So I think you're right. Like a lot of people get stuck in the why. And if I got stuck there, or if you got stuck there, there's no forward movement to anything other than pain. Like it's like,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, yeah. And so that's where the same thing we say, it's the choice.
Yeah.
I mean, if I look at where I am, it's like, oh my God, this does not make any sense whatsoever. I've eaten nothing but organic food for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
I've, you know, I meditate. I am a yoga teacher. I'm, you name
A
it.
nice, kind, happy person.
Yeah, totally happy,
Yeah.
And so it doesn't make sense. So if I'm going to try and find what could make sense or why this happened, it's going to do me absolutely no good
Yeah.
in my view.
Yeah. 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 Yep. I mean, I think, again, for the purpose, like we have you and I have these conversations all the time because we love them. And this is like, to me, this is what matters most. And I'm so grateful that we have these conversations to like say when I'm not feeling, great, because both of us always have the desire to get from not feeling great to feeling great. And what can we do? Like of all the tools that we have, what can we do? And we support each other in that. It's like this morning, do we want to do this or not? Yeah. This is one of the things for both of us that brings us, I'm assuming, I mean, I think I know that
Yeah.
brings us joy. So like to take that out of our day so that we can just deal with the crap seems like counterintuitive, right?
Yes, exactly. So those are the kinds of choices.
Yeah.
And to really like hang out with people that support you in your magnificence.
Yeah.
We're amazing. Human beings are amazing and overcome like unbelievable things.
Yeah.
And so hang out with people that support you and see you as this amazing human being that is
Yeah.
absolutely capable of moving through whatever it is, but from a, I don't know if joyful is like too big of a word, but from a more positive, and maybe joyful is the word, pulling out the joy that you can. I mean, again, asking every day, so before my day starts, what are the gifts that I'm going to experience today?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just watching the robins outside my window that I see all the time. But oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I never tire of seeing those robins right outside my window, or
Yeah.
the
It's like
hummingbirds.
when I see the eagle fly by, it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what I'm doing. Like, the
exactly.
eagle's there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, again, that's a choice. You
Yeah.
could miss seeing that eagle if you were inside, you know, doing
Or
whatever.
even see it and not care. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing, to make the choice when you see it to like stop and allow it to give you that moment of joy. Because you
Yeah.
can see it and be like, oh, there's an eagle. Or you can
Yeah.
be like, wow, there's
Yeah.
the eagle,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
which is, yeah, different.
So yeah, I mean, we kind of say the same things in different situations, but and I do think you have to be really careful if you do choose to be happy, if you really want it sincerely. And if you look around, there's beautiful people in the world. That's the other thing. So
So
there's things that aren't so beautiful, but you have a choice. You either look at those or you look at the beautiful people in the world, like just amazing, beautiful people. Sadly, we don't hear about those all that much,
yeah.
but just amazing. And so you have a choice where you put your attention. What are you paying attention to? Because everything is existing. What are
Mhm.
you allowing into your life? And again, I know that, a lot of the personal development books and whatever, I'm not aligned with because they look at where you went wrong and, go back to and forgive this and do that. I'm sorry, but I just can't, I just, I don't think it serves us to
Yeah.
be doing that. So,
I mean, I guess if for some people that makes them feel happy, then yay them.
exactly, exactly. I
But
don't
for
mean,
us,
yes, that's all.
yeah, for us that doesn't work. And it's kind of like, well, it doesn't help us achieve our outcome. That's the bottom line, right?
Right. And
Um,
we're here really to share what
that how we do
we
life.
do. And
Yeah.
so, yes, whatever works for people, if that's what they need, if that's where they want to be, then great.
Yeah.
It doesn't align with me, and it really never has aligned with me. Never.
And I mean, it's like you said, there's beautiful people. There are so many beautiful, amazing people in the world, like that you just walk by and also like out in the world doing amazing things. I mean, you can look for that and gosh, people are incredible. Their kindness, their resilience over, just like amazing people. And then, I mean, we know this, but also in our own lives, it's like, and we say this all the time, but it's like we have a choice in what we focus on. We have blessings and gifts and beautiful things and beautiful relationships and connections and like all of these things,
Yeah.
and we have challenges and we can't not deal with the challenges. We can't just like brush them under the carpet and live in la la
No,
land.
no.
We have to deal with them. There's that. But also stopping to like really purposefully and intentionally stop and recognize the beauty that's in front of you or like thinking like I think every day about you and Brad and Uva and my girls and my friendships and just feel so grateful for the relationships that I have and Jason and I and my home and my dog and I just go through all of it because I am so blessed. When you,
Exactly.
and when you think about that, it feels good. And everybody has things that they can, choose to focus on if they want to.
Exactly. It's where you brought, put your attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, to bring us back before we hang up, it's like, we started this conversation with strong and not, strong and not, strong and not. And I guess what we're always, I think we're always aligned, if not always aligned, almost always aligned. I think we're always aligned though. But the truth is we're all going to have that dance. Well, we're all going to have, hopefully, we all have that dance. We have a choice whether we stay stuck or whether we shift out of that. And that choice is always ours. And it doesn't fix our problem or take away our problem or our challenge. We all have them. But what you choose to focus on and do creates how you feel, and you have more control over that than you probably know. For the listeners, I'm talking, not you. You
Yeah.
know.
No, no, I agree. Again, on one hand, I'm sorry that we keep repeating the same things in different contexts, but it's kind of just a way of living life.
I was just going to say that I don't think we should apologize for saying the same thing over and over because people might think, "Oh yeah, that's relevant in that area, but not here. But this is different. But this is way more challenging. This is whatever." And the truth is, no. Regardless of what it is, this is this is a way of being. This is a way of living your
Mhm.
life. This is being super intentional. And it doesn't matter whether it's work, personal health, financial challenges with kids, parents, like it doesn't matter. The formula is the same.
Mhm.
And I think we could repeat it over and over again. I need to hear it over and over again
Yeah,
because it actually can be that simple. It
yeah,
is that simple.
yeah, yeah. And it makes a difference as to how you feel and how you are in the world and how you affect other people. And if we really want to be kind, loving people, then we got to be that inside.
Yeah.
It's not just phony words
Yeah.
to be nice. It just isn't.
Yeah, it's not fake it till you make it. It's making it a reality inside yourself.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think that's Do you feel
That's
complete?
all. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners before we say I love you goodbye?
I don't, I don't, I was going to say I don't think so, but maybe just, just notice what you look at. It's not ignoring your problem. It's as quickly as possible moving to what do you want it to look like? What do you want your life to be like? What do you want this situation to change to?
Yeah.
I think that's really, the most important piece.
Yeah. And you don't have to wait for your problems to be solved to be looking for ways to feel amazing right now.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I love you. I'm glad
Okay,
we
I
did
love you
this.
too.
We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.